Yeah.
Okay, I'll push this a little closer, or I guess here I can angle it so I can see both. Bring the script in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll read a page.
Oh.
Get them excited. Get them wanting more.
I didn't choose the one. I didn't choose the page. This is the one where he's in the toilet.
Okay, that one. Go live. Go live. Go live. Are you live on this one too? Yep.
I don't know.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Oh, knock over your water. There you go. All right. Welcome to the pre-launch. We're just talking about our film Left 4 Dead. BJ, when we start a live video.
Yes.
So those of you who have been following along the past week or so and have been following me for a while, you probably know Ryan McDonald. He is my director, writer, and friend, all-around good guy. And hello, and our first person was at the Rocky Talkie. That's cool because we're going to make a talkie in the Rockies. So this is the pre-launch for our Indiegogo. Our Indiegogo for our feature film, Left 4 Dead, launches tomorrow. At what time, Ryan? At what time is it going to be launched? What do you think?
That's great. It's a great question. Let's go with noon.
Noon.
1 o'clock.
Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Our Indiegogo. Yes. Or maybe should we do it in the p.m. so that people like after work on the day that it ends, like have time.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So tomorrow evening sometime, our Left 4 Dead script goes live. It says Left 4 Dead, the video game. Yes, Left 4 Dead is a video game, but this is not after the Left 4 Dead video game. It does have the same title. I'm gonna move yours a little more this way.
So I'm gonna straight with everybody. I'm
Go
not
ahead.
the biggest video game player, and so when creating the script and giving it a title, I wasn't aware that there was a video game series that was called Left 4 Dead. But as far as how the story for our film works, there's not that I know. We've discussed different titles, but there's not really one that fits as well as Left 4 Dead does. And it's kind of one of those things like once you see the film, it will all make sense. Like the film The Sixth Sense, where the title just fits simply the story that's going on. It's not a throwaway title by any means. Like it actually works as far as the narrative goes. So I think we're gonna go with it.
I like it. And so Scout Gaming, it's Left 4 FOR Dead, not Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
So that's one of the differences.
Yeah.
OMG, really? Yes. So our Indiegogo campaign launches tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It is for our feature-length script film that we're going to be filming, written, directed by Ryan McDonald, starring BJ Wimpy. I'm actually really excited. Ryan dropped it off on my doorstep. It looked all pretty like this, little gold seal and everything. And I sat and I read it, and I'm like, man, this would be so cool to watch, to see it. And I thought, oh, this would be so cool to shoot this. And I had thoughts in my head and visions of it, and I'm excited. I'm excited. What is it going to be on? So first, we'll probably be taking it to film festivals.
Yeah.
That's our hope.
So I think what we have is if you've been following BJ and I, when we do films, the next step is obviously going into film festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So and then from there we tend to travel the country and also the world with film festivals. I think this is one that's going to have some availability to be picked up for distribution. Yeah. And I'm looking for, so my last feature film is on Amazon Prime, but this one I'm thinking, I was listening to a podcast recently with Robert Rodriguez, and he was talking about how Netflix is hungry for action films. And so I think we're shooting for the goal of, can we get this onto Netflix?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Couple things about this film. It's not a franchise film. It is not a fan film. and not that I have anything against this film. We collectively have made those.
Done those together, yeah.
But this is absolutely an original idea, and the way that we've discussed filming it, the way that it's been written, it's certainly something that has not been seen in, if not ever, but at least a very long time.
Yeah.
And so for when there's discussions about, so right now, like the Cannes Film Festival is going on, there's directors that are saying like, well, the Hollywood industry is dead and things like that. But we're not in Hollywood. We're in Utah, and we're looking to make a Utah film, and something that's completely original and something that you haven't seen. And there's no studio overhead. There's nobody to say that we can't break this rule or change this thing. It's really it's completely free art form, and with that, we're gonna make a kick-ass movie. That's really what it's going to be. I mean, just imagine like if you think back, like when Jim Cameron did James Cameron. I don't know the guy personally, so
Jimmy.
I just call it
Jim. Jimmy Cameron tonight.
When he made Terminator, when there was no Terminator 2 or there's no Avatar, like think that, but in a post-apocalyptic Western. And I'll be straight, there's no machinery, but like that kind of a film, post-apocalyptic Western, and that's the movie that we're running out to make. So I think I lost track of where I was at on that one, but I just want to tell everybody that that's the type of movie that we're gonna make. So
no, and so someone after distribution is what they asked. Like
yes,
I think too. Like yeah, it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be great. I do think we can get it on Amazon Prime. I think we could pitch it to Netflix. I think we could do a whole lot of things, and I want to. Hi, Mr. Wimpy. Hello. How are you? And this is Mr. McDonald. So does anyone have any questions about the film, about the perks, about anything about this, or questions for either of us about filmmaking, about writing and directing for him, acting? Like would love to do what we can to talk and answer and just be here. Hi, best friend. Hello, Ellie. How are you? It's Zella. I miss the school so much. That's good, Zella. We miss you. My dad just joined. Jay Wimpy is here. Hello, Jay Wimpy. Dad, if you have any questions, type them in the comments and we'll do our best to answer. We're just talking about the launch of our feature film. It launches tomorrow on Indiegogo. Yes. Right now, at least in my bio, there's a link. You can go and sign up for the pre-launch and you'll get some extra special perks if you do. So I would recommend going and signing up, putting your little email in there so you get notified. Brandy McDonald, she says, hi guys, I'm here with my girls and my mom and dad.
Hello, Brandy McDonald. Happy Mother's Day to you, to your mother, who's amazing as well. And that's our producing partner.
Yes.
And my wife. But my awesome. Extremely supportive wife. So
yeah, she's pretty awesome. If you saw Convicts and Chocolate,
yes,
that I did, Ryan acted in it and helped produce it, and then I acted in it as well. And then Brandy McDonald, she was the director and writer.
Yeah. And also our film Convicts and Chocolate that we're just chatting about will be in the No Fair Film Festival. It's coming up in June. It's presented by the Utah Arts Festival. Brandy, keep me honest if I mess that up. That's going to be the end of June, so we're our playability on that is pretty. And then we'll also be in September at the Zepstone, I think, film festival. It's going to be playing at the Capitol Theater in Salt Lake as well. So
nice. Yeah. Look at us out there, and that's what's going to happen with this next film.
Yes.
One goal that I know that Ryan really wants, and I think it'd be cool too, we want to try and get it into Sundance for the last year that it's here in Utah. Because one of the cool things about this film is it's all being made in Utah. We're going to use Utah locations, and like he talked about, like where they film, like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, go and like find that shot and recreate not the scene necessarily, but use like that same beautiful location for a shot in our film. Or there's so many other beautiful films that are shot here in Utah. We're trying to go and hit a lot of them and include them. I think it's going to be great. What's the film? Sorry, I joined late. No worries.
No worries at all.
Give us the pitch.
The film is called Left 4 Dead. It's a post-apocalyptic western. It's a feature film, going to be starring BJ, and his character is probably about 99% of the movie. But it's set in a world where there's no law, there's no society, there's no anything like that. But he's kind of a wanderer. But then one day he notices that there's something tracking him. Kind of imagine, like, if you've ever been hunting, imagine you're the deer, and you're starting to notice that it's after you, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps going. And no matter what you do, or whatever left turn you make, or whatever right turn you make, there's this thing that's just hunting you down. And eventually it's all going to collide in a very intense, aggressive, brutal clash.
Finale.
Yes.
That's cool. Daniel says, Leo on Insta asked, what are some difficulties you come across while writing a script? Ryan, what are some difficulties you come across while writing a script? This script specifically. Let's say that.
So one of the things so this is my third feature script that I've actually completed. I've started many feature scripts. One of the things that I learned the hard way, and I finally applied it to this one, is that when I'm writing, to not go backwards into the script. So let's say you wrote yesterday. Now you open up the script today. Don't look back at what you just did, because especially if I print it out, I'm like, oh, well, I'm 30 pages in. Let me print this out. Let me see what I'm going to do. Next thing you know, I'm lost in the original draft, and I'm not actually getting it to the finale. I'm not getting it to the end, because you really can't edit the script until you get to the point where it's the end. And I've had scripts where I made it 50 pages, and then I printed it out and I started scribbling through. Now you're doing a rewrite, but you really just got to go from page one and then just beeline your way straight into the end, and don't look back. There's moments where I was writing little notes, because I was like, I had characters. I wasn't even sure if, like, his character had a certain prop. I was like, asterisk, I think he has a gun, and I just move forward, because then that way when I go through it again the second time, then I can start notating. Okay, well, maybe he doesn't need to have the gun at this point, so that it shows up later, or something like that. But that would be my strongest advice. Would be, if you start writing, be consistent, be every day, make it like a workout, an hour a day, and don't look backwards until you get to the end. Then you can start doing all the changes, the revisions, and things like that. Yeah. So.
Brofiki shared the live. Thank you, Brofiki.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
How are you, man? And Austin says, hey, guys, I'm excited to see how this project goes. Thank you, Austin.
Yes.
We're excited, too. And we want all of you to be part of it. That's why we're doing a crowdfunding campaign. I mean, we've talked about it, and no matter how the crowdfunding campaign goes, we are going to make this movie. We're going to fund it ourselves. We'll figure it out. We'll do it if we have to. But if we can have help from all of you, we can take what we could have made, it would have been like good, and we can make it great. And we want that. And so that's one reason why we're doing crowdfunding. What was this right here? It says, how big is the film industry in Utah these days? I know a lot of Disney Channel movies were filmed there back in the day. High School Musical, Halloween Town. What's it like today? From an acting perspective, I'm busy. Not so much television or movies for me personally right now, but I do a ton of commercials here. So many commercials. But I have been on several feature film sets, soon to be on another feature film set. And I know they filmed part of Thunderbolts here. They filmed, things get filmed here a lot. So maybe not as robust as it used to be, because I know we used to have really good tax credits for the film industry, and we don't have those as much anymore. But I know in the most recent legislative session, they were talking about bringing back some of those Utah tax credits. So fingers crossed. Rafiki, let me know how I can assist. Don't worry, dude. You're on our list.
Yeah.
You are on our list of people to bring in.
Yes. I've just been busy, buddy. I'm sorry.
We're excited. BJ is lagging in his live. Well, thanks. I love that he
Me
went
too.
to your live to tell me
Yeah.
that I was lagging in my life. Distribution on Netflix, unless you have a name actor, they'll never pay more than $30K. Great. $30K is amazing.
Yeah.
Just to get it out there and get for people to see it. Like I think that's awesome. But thank you, Ty. And
Yeah.
and I know I'm not a big name yet, Ty, but just you wait. Just you wait.
Well, no, so like kind of again, like this one of the great things about this production is this it's not a Hollywood film. And it's not waiting for a Hollywood studio head to give us permission, and it's not waiting for a Hollywood studio head to tell us which direction we're going to go with the movie. That's one of the great things about making it on our own as an independent film. So I still believe that if you look at Clerks, it wasn't shot pretty and it didn't have a named actor in it, but if you do the right movie with the right type of script, like you will find your way. And I think that with this film, we're gonna find our way. So at some point, Netflix is gonna have to look at it. There won't be a named actor in it in that sense, but it will be a tough competition because we're gonna make a kick-ass movie. Like I said, we're gonna. Just imagine if you've been watching the last 5 days with what we've been posting. As you can see, the charisma and what we got going. I mean, there's a lot of passion behind this project. And like I said, it's not a film that you've seen before. It could be a film kind of like this, kind of like Unforgiven, kind of like Mad Max, but not exactly the way that we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And so it will find its way through distribution with or without Tom Cruise, who I love. And we share the same birthday. But
if you need help with the project, let me know. I'd be happy to help. Austin, we'll keep you in mind too, buddy. Don't worry. Let's see. I can share the crowdfunding campaign I received about a few films I asked about. Copy the format. I mean, sure, dude. I mean, our campaign is ready to go. We're gonna launch it tomorrow. But yeah, we'll send it on over.
Yeah,
I'd love to see it. Why not? Outside New York and LA and Vancouver. What about outside New York, LA and Vancouver? I'm not sure. I missed D Chang. I missed what you said. I'm sorry. How many people will work on the film together? Kind of depends. So the majority of the film is honestly just me as an actor. Ryan, director. I know we're bringing on Brad Kendrick as our DP. I know Brandy and Danielle are producers. There are a few other characters. Like we run into a group of, what are they, Marauders? Is that what we would call them?
Renegades.
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 So the group of renegades, it's 4 or 5 people. I think you have 3 at least.
So
3 or 4.
yeah, I mean, there's no small part here. But there are several other cast members. As far as the crew, this is where we're talking about the budget. So if Werner Herzog has a method in anybody who saw the first episode of Mandalorian, where Herzog is in there. But he'll go make a movie with just him, with himself and a cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do this movie with that, but we want to make this the best movie that we can possibly make it. So we want to include other people, recruit other people, and that's why we're asking for the crowdfunding, so that we can get as many talented people involved as possible, and make sure that because we're going to go out in the desert, we're going to shoot this thing, and we want to be safe, we want to have water, we want to be food, and just be able to pay for that talent to be there present. So 15, 20 people maybe on the crew.
That's good. Yeah. A good sized crew, actually. 15, 20 people. That's a good sized crew. Yeah. Merrick says, "Hey BJ, the fam and I are donating tomorrow. The project sounds great. Keep up the good work." Merrick, buddy, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. By the way, good job in your play the other day. Loved it. But yeah, thank you so much for being willing to donate. I'm excited. Maybe you can come be a part of it, at least help on set a day or two. I think that'd be great, Merrick. He's just going to high school. He's
really?
a little actor.
Okay,
He's pretty cool. Yeah. Many things come with such work. Yes, a lot of things do come with hard work. Congratulations on the Luke Skywalker song. I laughed so hard. Thank you. So my Luke Skywalker song, again, that was a collaboration between the two of us. Directed, edited, all that stuff. Ryan did that. So yeah. We like that's one thing that we're bringing to this project as well. He and I have worked together before, in a director actor capacity, but also just as a talent to talent capacity. Hey, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that, Mr. Kennedy, President, sir. But yeah, we've worked together before, so we have a proven track record. You know, we've made several fan films, we've made several music videos. We worked together on Comics and Chocolate, the Ancient Evil, Moon's Blood. So we have a proven track record of working on a project, completing a project, and completing good work, like the Luke Skywalker one. Thanks so much. I would love to help out. Great, Merrick. Yeah, would love to have you on board. So yeah. Let's see. How long is the movie, if I may ask? So we're aiming for feature length. So what are you thinking about?
Probably about 80 minutes. So the script right now is sitting about 72 pages, and I know that typically it's like the rule of thumb is like 1 page per minute of screen time. But the way that I wrote the screenplay is very different than conventional concept. So it's probably going to bleed into about 80 minutes.
About 80 minutes.
Yeah, 80 minutes of full intensity. So
yeah.
If you took, just imagine you take Terminator, you put it in a blender. You take Apocalypto, you put it in a blender. You take No Country for Old Men, right there. A little bit of Unforgiven.
Well, I tell you.
Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, you slam it in there, and you spin that up, and you get Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead.
So,
where's Palpatine? Palpatine's letting me use his channel for the night to help promote the pre-launch of our indie films Indiegogo campaign. So yeah, that's what we're doing here tonight. What is it? I commend for you, bully. Okay. Yeah, so that's where Palpatine is. He's letting me borrow the channel. But speaking of Palpatine, one of the perks, if you donate, you could get a personal shout out, birthday wish, anniversary wish, wedding, whatever, from Emperor Palpatine. So if that's something you've always wanted, I've had people ask me, like, do you do birthday shout outs or do you do this and that? Now is a chance to get it for a very reasonable price to get a shout out from the Emperor. So within reason, like, I'm not going to do anything, but like within reason, you're going to have Palpatine tell you whatever you want.
So that's going to be the secret perk. So you've joined the live. So here's the next steps. Head over to Indiegogo.com, type in Left 4 Dead feature film. That's going to bring up our pre-launch page. Pop in your email address, okay? We have a couple of secret perks. Some of them are actually, it's more like an early bird perk. It's going to be things that we're already offering, but now at a 50% discounted price.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start off with the shout out. Just, an overall thanks from both of us. On our next live, we're going to be doing this every Sunday. So it's going to be a shout out. Secondly, it's going to be one of the things is for some people, I make hot sauce, and the way making hot sauce was kind of a means to be able to fund movies, and that's kind of what also helped with Comics and Chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a brand new hot sauce right here, fermented ginger and garlic. It's probably my favorite sauce of all.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's have to try it.
Anyways, so I'm not selling this right now. However, this is a limited edition Left 4 Dead hot sauce signed by BJ and myself. And the secret perk is going to be an early bird, 50% off of that. So you have the hot sauce, a shout out, special thanks on IMDb, things like that. But you got to put in your email address now.
Before we launch.
Yeah, so you got to go to Indiegogo.com. You got to pop in Left 4 Dead feature film, crank in your email address so we can get those secret perks to you guys. after we launched. We have many things. Again, if you're looking to be if you're looking for an IMDb credit as a funding producer, we got that. If you're looking to go all in as an associate producer, we've got one of those. If you want your own title card, beginning of our movie, so that when we are on Netflix, when we are on Amazon Prime, where we're traveling the world with this movie,
It'll say boom.
your name. We've got the perk right there. And then, some other fun giveaways. A PDF copy of the script, so you can see it ahead of time. It's a bit of a twist at the end, so we just ask that you don't
spoil the twist.
Let that one out. Also, a digital copy of the film. Just thinking right now, like if there's many movies you probably go and buy, and in this case, you can buy the movie ahead of time, basically helping us make the movie, and and you can get a digital copy of the film. And so those are some of the perks we have going on.
Yeah. So go Indiegogo.com, search Left 4 Dead, FOR, not the number, but FOR,
Right.
Left 4 Dead feature film, and it's right there. It's our pre-launch, and then it'll turn into the launch page once we launch it tomorrow evening. So let's do this together, guys. We're excited. Austin says Left 4 Dead like the video game. Yes, in the title, no in the contents. So yeah, it's gonna be like neither Ryan and I are like big video game guys. So I mean I knew that there was a Left 4 Dead video game, but when we were talking about the title, or when he pitched the title, I didn't think about the video game at all until I like told people we were working on it, and they're like, "Oh, Left 4 Dead, like the video game."
Yeah, I can. So there's no zombies in this movie.
No
But
zombies.
when I say that, though, imagine like it's an indie film with no zombies. That should be a good thing.
Yes.
Because indie films are plagued. That's a pun. With zombies, and that's not the case in our film.
Yeah. So I love Ryan best describes the indie film as a post-apocalyptic Western. And really, Connor, thank you so much for the gummy bears. By the way, if anyone does donate into any of the lives tonight, all those funds will go to the film. So we'll see how much we get. So far, we got a gummy bear. Thank you, Connor. But yeah, so it's like a post-apocalyptic Western, and like reading the script, having read it, it really does have that feel. Like this loner, this stranger, wandering the desert, like going from town to town, place to place, just looking out for number one, trying to just to survive, and then something is hunting him, something is coming after him, getting closer and closer and closer, and the panic and the intensity that sets in because of that. Sounds great. Yeah.
Violence. That's what it's gonna be.
High octane, ultra violent. Sounds epic. I'm excited. Good.
Yes.
Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're excited too.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. Ty says, hot sauce. BJ, I know you've been busy, plus your weekend got turned upside down. Yes, it did. But I believe you have a hot sauce email waiting for you. Yes, I do. And Ty wrote it was a Hot Ones script for like Palpatine doing Hot Ones.
Cool. Okay.
So we're gonna have to look at that.
Okay. That'd be cool.
Hey, Adriana, my baker friend from Australia just joined. Hello, Adriana. Adriana, we're making a feature film, and we're gonna Indiegogo campaign it. We're gonna crowdfund. That'd be cool if we could get people from all over the world to donate. That'd be awesome. And I know we talked about this, but I have close to 400,000 or over 400,000 followers across all my platforms. If everyone donated a quarter to the campaign, we would reach our funding goal and then some. We would almost double our funding goal if all of my followers donated a quarter, which I think is crazy and so cool. Hi, Adriana. How are you?
So the two things we can ask. If you're looking at the perks and you're saying, well, those perks maybe aren't for me or something like that, but yeah, just even a quarter or $1, and then on top of that, share it.
Yes.
Share it. And like I said, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately about from other film directors, and they're talking about the state of Hollywood. And again, this is not a Hollywood film. This is a very independent film coming out of Utah, and you know, there's a lot of money that goes towards certain Hollywood films, and then studio suits and things like that kind of tend to change how the outcome of the movie is. You don't have that here with us. Like I said, if you're going to throw us the funds that we're going to, what we're going to go do, we're going to make a kick-ass movie at the end of the day. And it's going to be for, when I say it's going to be intense and it's going to be high octane, it's going to be for you guys.
Yeah.
And really to see kind of like how you receive that.
You know, it's true. And guys, there's like Ryan said, if you get a PDF copy of the script, there's a twist ending that I didn't see coming. Like when he dropped the script off to me, I had no clue, and I'm reading it, and like I got to like the ending, and I'm like, like it was definitely like a shocked and appalled and delighted, and it was
I
really
pitched
cool.
you the ending.
You did
before. I
but-
told you when we were at the Utah Film Festival.
You did,
I says, I'm thinking about doing this thing. I'm going to write it.
and I said,
Come
do it.
back, and you're like, yeah, cool. And I told you what the ending was. And
I
then,
still
yeah.
forgot. I still forgot. I was just so
That's
into
okay.
the story and
My
into
wife
what was
forgot.
happening.
She saw me writing it. So Brandy forgot while I was doing it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's just it. Like yeah, you kind of
that's
pitched
trick.
it to me, but then I was so into it, like reading it, and I'm like, yes, 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 and then like the twist happened, and I was like, no way, and it's really good, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I want you all to see it, and I want, like I said, I want you all to be part of it. So once we launch our Indiegogo campaign tomorrow, please donate. Please be a part of this. Go now and put your little email in there so that you can get some of the early bird perks. You can get, you know, like some of the perks, half off, a shout out from Palpatine, a bottle of specialty Left 4 Dead hot sauce, PDFs of the script, all sorts of stuff. Now is the time. Put in your little email. Indiegogo.com. What? Indiegogo.com and search up Left 4 Dead feature film. Let's see. I've watched Japanese classic Shogun movies, Sword of Vengeance from 1978. Oh, that sounds cool. John Cena, I can't see you though. You get it? No. John
I know
Cena
who John
as
Cena
a
is.
wrestler, like he has.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see me.
Oh, okay.
You can't see me. And that's just his name over here is John
Okay,
Cena.
okay. Hey,
I don't know if that's the real John Cena, but John Cena, if it's you, talk to us. You know,
Yeah.
we can throw you in this thing.
I've seen a lot of movies. I don't think I've seen Sword of Vengeance, but if you're saying it's a recommended movie, I'll check it out before the film's movie. So,
Sword of Vengeance.
Yeah.
All right, I'll write it down right now. I'm gonna throw my pen on the ground first. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Sword of Vengeance, 1978. All right. Does anyone have any questions about the launch, about the perks, about the movie itself, about filmmaking? See, Jedi 10 Creative says, "Hello guys, I'll gladly support you. You told me to join on this live, and we could talk about doing Palpatine Force lightning and lightsaber effects." Actually, it was the other live when I was Palpatine the other day. But Jedi 10 Creative. Here, let me write that down so I don't forget. I would love to have you do some Force lightning or lightsabers not for this film. There's no lightsabers or Force lightning in this one because it's not a Star Wars fan film like we've made before. But I would love that for other things. I always it's so funny. I always think of ideas for Palpatine, and I'm like, but then I'd have to do a lightsaber. I'd have to do Force lightning. So if I got someone in my back pocket to do it, outside, like I have a friend that she's a German girl who lives in Germany. Friend Florina, who's done our lightsabers and Force lightning before, but I'd love to spread the love.
Speaking of special effects, one of the things that I'm big on is when you see, okay, so you head to the movie theaters right now, and there's going to be Disney movie, Marvel film, things like that, and they have special effects in there, and of course they have these budgets that can support that. But one of the dead giveaways of an indie film is when they have a cheap CGI effect, and so as a post-apocalyptic Western, I don't want any CG. CGI. There's no green screen. It's,
Mhm.
so if you see BJ in the desert, we're in the desert. If you see the mountains behind him, that's it. Zion, the Zion's National Park, Monument Valley, and especially also the blood. And I think one of the dead giveaways of some indie films, especially when you're on a micro budget level, is that we start doing the CGI blood. Works great in John Wick. Those guys, there's a different budget level, and but we want to see effects and blood. And when I spoke with our DP Brad, talking about like shooting day for night and doing like miniatures and other things. This is gonna be old school kind of thing. Like think of like again, like I said, like Terminator. You go back to the original Terminator and how Jim Cameron made that movie, or maybe even like a John Carpenter putting together like Assault Precinct 13 or The Thing. That's what we're looking for as far as the level of effects. Something that, because when it's practical, it looks so good.
Yeah.
But on the indie level, if we try to digitize that,
It doesn't look great.
Yeah, it's not going to great at all. So again, you're going to see something you haven't seen them in, something that we're all hungry for as an audience. A new narrative storytelling outside of the Hollywood system, bringing back the new Hollywood thing into Utah and practical effects.
Yes, practical effects. No CGI blood. Turtle Rocket Books agrees. Thank you, Turtle Rocket Books.
Yeah.
Hello, Navi Moon Art. How are you? Austin asks, when do you expect this to release? So that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's kind of up in the air because we want to have it done by the fall, this coming fall. So we're planning on shooting it all during the summer. So we want to have it done in the fall, but then we're going to submit it to film festivals. And for a lot of film festivals, like you can't release it anywhere else before it's in the film festival sort of thing. So it'll be in the film festival circuit for as long as we can. We want as many people around the world to see it, but then we'll start looking for distribution, like either Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever. But you could get a digital copy of the film, which I'm sure we could send out before all of that.
Yeah.
And so as soon as we're done, so that's a perk option, Austin. Love you guys. I can't wait for it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What is that? Thank you. Yeah, we're excited for it too. We hope that you'll be part of it. Join. Like I said, if everyone donates a quarter, we would have double our proposed budget. So that'd be amazing. But if whatever you can donate, and that we talked about, like you can donate monetarily, that is amazing, and we appreciate it so much. But if you can't donate, we understand it's a hard time. But one of the good things you can do is like, share, and like our campaign, share the campaign like on your Facebook page, on your Instagram, put it out there. When we post a video about it, share the video. And that's something that doesn't cost you anything to share a video or to share a link to the Indiegogo campaign, because every little bit can help. Found Left 4 Dead on Indiegogo and just looking at where to donate. Really want to support you guys. So you can't donate yet, but you can put in your email, and as soon as we go live, you'll get an email. Plus, you'll get special codes for early bird perks that only the people who get on our pre-launch will have. Mm-hmm. But thank you for going and looking at Indiegogo right now. And Jedi 10 Creative, you posted earlier, but we were talking about something. Yes, go ahead and send me a DM about lightsabers and Force Lightning. I love that. Monkey Jackson VR says hi. Hello. How are you? Put my email in. Looking forward to this. Thank you. Bam. Yeah. Thank you, Jedi 10 Creative. We really appreciate that.
Appreciate the support.
So has anyone else gone to Indiegogo.com and put in your email? I'd love it. Who did? Oh, yeah. Danielle, she's sitting in the other room. My girlfriend, she did. I put mine in earlier today. Yeah. Let's see. Tim Miosky. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Says, yo. Yes. Yo, what's up? My lord, what is this? So we are talking about, boom, Left 4 Dead, which is the feature film script written by Ryan McDonald and going to be directed. It's an indie film we're going to be doing together. this summer. And tomorrow, Monday the 12th, we are launching our Indiegogo campaign, and we want all of you to be part of it. So please consider donating, or please consider going right now, even putting in your email and being alerted and getting some early bird perks.
Hi, Quinn.
Oh, hello, Quinn.
Hope you're having a good one. Enjoy your time at your grandma's house.
Yo, what up, buddy? Call me Tessa. Hello, Tessa. How are you? Tessa, go in and put your email in Indiegogo.com. Left 4 Dead feature film.
Any questions about, I guess, indie filmmakers? Are there any other indie filmmakers that are here that are, or people who are aspiring actors? Any questions that we can help kind of answer from at least our knowledge base?
Someone says, are you worried about getting a copyright strike from the value due to the similar name? No, only because the premise is so different. And Left 4 Dead, the video game, is Left 4, like the number dead, and we're Left 4 FOR dead. So I'm not worried about a copyright strike because they're two different things, two different stories. I mean, we have to have some people ask if that's what it is, but we are flat out like, no, we're not related to the video game at all.
The MPAA only allows certain movies to be titled a certain thing within a time period. So, like, there's the movie Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, but there's also a movie 10 years before that had a Sean Penn called Bad Boys, and it's about a different set of cops as well. So, it depends. If we get in early in the game, we could be Left 4 Dead. Same like Avatar. Avatar is also like The Last Airbender kind of a thing, but James Cameron's Avatar is different.
It was a different thing, yeah.
But if we go along, hey, I fully believe in this project making it all the way to Netflix. And if we get there and Netflix wants us to call it tea and coffee,
we'll call it tea and coffee, I guess.
Then you will see BJ kicking ass and we call it
tea and coffee.
Okay, right? That's what it's gonna take. For now, though, but the title applies to the plot, though. Not necessarily like I'm sure that the same thing with the video game where there's like 4 people who are Left 4 Dead. But, there's no zombies in this one. I love zombie movies, but me too. Not to be an indie movie that makes a zombie film. So.
I love your work. Keep it up. Thank you. We will.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Spell coffee with a K. We will. If it's tea and coffee, we'll spell it with a K.
Yes.
Oh, Villanews 241. Thank you for the lightning. Like again, if anyone does donate to the live today, I would rather you save your money and go donate to the Indiegogo campaign. But if you want to donate to the live, anything that we make, I will put toward the feature film. Let's see. Someone said, I'm interested in becoming a voice actor or a live action actor. I interviewed Bob Peterson, known for the voice of Doug in Up. I interviewed at Pixar, and he gave me some good tips. But do you have any tips? For acting, one of my biggest voice acting is acting. That's the main thing. Get some acting training. Teabag of Brotherhood. That's what Adam says we should name it. So voice acting is acting. Get some acting training. I have a college degree in acting. But even then, I've taken acting for the screen. I've taken specific voice acting courses. Any training you can get. I mean, I still take voice lessons, like for singing and everything. And I'm a paid professional musical actor. But you always want to be improving your craft and improving yourself. And an outside ear and an outside eye, can really help you improve yourself. So look for coaches, look for acting projects, get acting under your belt. And then audition. It's all the numbers game, auditioning. Plus, every time you audition, you get better. You learn more things about yourself. You learn more about your voice. You learn more about your own quirk in your voice or the way that you sound. And that's what's going to book you is your own voice, your own quirk, your own sound. So those are some of my advice. I don't know if that helps at all. Trust in yourself though, and just do your best and stick to it. I sent 108 likes. Thank you for all the likes. The likes help.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and every Sunday we're going to be doing a live reading off the names of everyone who donated. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go and do that. And liking and sharing and subscribing those videos or posting them or pushing them out, it really helps. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Any questions for a writer director? Why we have him here? Let's see, we've been on for what, 45 minutes almost?
Yeah.
So there's another one. You have a great Palpatine voice. I got a great ear from music and voices. That's great. The voice of Ahsoka Tano said, I have a good ear when I did Star Wars voice impressions for her and Anakin in cosplay. Oh, that's pretty cool. I will say, though, impressions, although I do quite a few impressions myself, impressions are going to be a very small amount of work. Very, very small. Like Ashley Eckstein, she's not doing an impression for Ahsoka Tano. It's just her voice, and that's what made her famous. And so impressions are amazing, and I love impressions. And I have a pretty good ear for most of them. Danielle, my girlfriend, would argue with some of them. Sorry, that's a personal joke between she and I. But cultivate your own voice as well as your impressions. Like, don't leave your own voice behind, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Who's your favorite character in this script? I'm the favorite character. But I don't know who, like, in what sense, what's my favorite character? Lyra says, "What's up?" Thank you, Lyra.
Do I have any tips for writing a good script? I said this earlier, but I would say once you start, so I map things out a little bit. I tend to kind of like jot just tiny notes as far as like, okay, it's going to be here, and it's going to go here, it's going to go here, it's going to go here. So there are some people who start writing and they just want to see what the characters will take the story where it's going to go. It's not me. I know where I want to end, so I have to pre-plan where it's going to go. But once you start writing, you're on page 1. Don't look back. Just go to page 2, page 3, page 4. The pages will not write themselves. So if you're sitting down in front of them and you're going to have to take that time. If it's an hour you have, then there was times I wrote a feature script on my lunch break. I had an hour lunch break at work for my day job, and you've got to sit there and put in the time. 1 till whenever you get to the end, and then you can go back and you can start combing through the script, seeing where the problems are, seeing what there was moments where the characters written into corners. I knew the corner didn't work. I was like, how do I get this out of it? And then I shared it with my peers, DJ, Danielle, Brandy, and they kind of helped me work through some of those pieces because I'm not shy about saying, hey, it's not great, but how do we make it better? And collectively, they've helped me make this as tight-knit as it can be. Also, I'm coming up with ideas every day that are going to move it. Here's notes that I want to make as far as like what's going to be new into the script. Awesome. Writing on the back page right here. So it's organic, but I would say tips on writing a script: plot it just a tiny bit, and then just do it. And don't wait for it to be perfect. Don't wait for the right moment. You're just gonna have to start. And if it's tomorrow's Monday, so if you have an idea, start tomorrow.
Start writing tomorrow. That's awesome.
Start writing 2-3 pages a day.
Adam says your TikTok series was cool to watch. The one about your script writing. Yeah, Ryan has.
Thank you.
If you go follow Ryan's TikTok or his Instagram, he posted. He was really cool. He did like here's some tips on writing scripts, and here's what I do, and then like here's how I do this. Where do I write? Like how often? When? Blah blah blah. And so he answered all these really cool questions about writing a script. So I would recommend going and following Ryan McDonald.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And yeah, like go follow his little series about that. Congrats, guys. I'm following. Looking forward to any updates. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate that, buddy. Ty's a fellow writer and filmmaker as well.
Oh, great. Yeah.
It's awesome. Last 2 weeks of school. How's everybody doing with testing season? It's going fine.
Good luck to you guys.
What is thy bidding, my master? That's what Darth Vader says. Darth Vader, my bidding for everyone that is on here is to go to Indiegogo.com search up Left 4 Dead feature film. There you'll see our pre-launch page. Some of you who are on my stuff, not on Ryan's stuff, I don't know. Did you put in your link in your bio yet or no? No.
Go to Indiegogo.com.
Go to Indiegogo.com and type in Left 4 Dead feature film and sign up for the pre-launch. If any of you are on my stuff in my bios, you can find my link tree. Click on that, and the very first link in my link tree, you click on that, it will take you to the Left 4 Dead feature film pre-launch. So go and do that now. Put in your little email so that you can get some pre-launch perks. So that is my bidding. Thank you for asking, Darth Vader. Jedi 10 Creative says, I'm working on a script for a backstory of a Star Wars backstory for some characters. I had a lightsaber duel on my YouTube channel. If you want to check it out, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, sure. After I have your, are you Jedi 10 Creative on YouTube as well? Because I would love to go check out your stuff.
Hey, send it to me. I'm happy to take a look.
Theo is she was one of my former students, and very talented. Wants to be a filmmaker as well, Theo.
Okay.
So I know that they did some cool stuff over the summer.
Yeah.
And like she makes some really cool like horror costumes. So yeah, Theo. Hi, when's the release date? Theo. The release date for our crowdfunding campaign is tomorrow. It's going live tomorrow. The release date for the film will be sometime in the fall.
So here's what we're looking at. So what we do know is that Sundance and
Theo's going to Weaver State.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you are.
Awesome. Other film festivals, the deadline's going to be in the fall. I think Sundance is at the end of September. Somebody on the internet can keep me honest, but it's close to that. So we want to be able to submit to that film. What we want to do is make this movie this year so that we're in next year's film festival circulation. Yeah. And if you've been following like Comics and Chocolate, which is a previous short film that we made, Ancient Evil, Moonsblow, previous one that we made. I made a film called Married and Loving. It's a feature film. You'll see that like when we make a movie, we travel the world in film festivals.
Yeah, we do.
And that's exactly what we want to do with this movie: is get plenty of exposure with it, traveling the world and finding its audience, which we'll find again itself on distribution. But this is going to be. I'd even put Hurt Locker in the blender, and I feel like it's going to be intense. What we're doing here. So,
looking forward to it. It's always perfect when you guys work together. Thank you, Theo. Yeah, so Theo, this is a post-apocalyptic Western. I know for some of you who have been here, we've kind of said the plot, but it's this one guy, played by me, who is out in this world alone, trying to survive, just going day to day, and slowly he starts noticing he's being hunted. Something is there. And, maybe at first he sees it on the horizon, and then it's slowly getting closer and slowly getting closer. And the tension and the impact keeps getting larger and larger until finally, it explodes. High octane action, fight for your life sort of finale with this thing that's hunting him. And it's really cool. It's really cool. Theo says, I love Westerns. Yeah, yes. We do too.
Paul Thomas Anderson did a movie called There Will Be Blood. And at the beginning of the movie, the Daniel Day-Lewis character breaks his leg at the same time finding gold. And then a cut later, he's already at a store. He's selling the gold that he had. And Tarantino said, you could almost make an entire movie out of that one moment where it's the guy going from broken leg, finding himself crossing this desert plain just to get to where he's able to sell his gold. You could almost make a movie right there. That's what this movie is.
Yes.
This movie is you take Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid when they're being pursued, the whole movie. You take No Country for Old Men, where Javier Bardem is just firing just bullets and it's just lead just peeing off of everything around you. The whole movie. You take Apocalypto, the chase at the end. Mel Gibson talks about being a chase film. The last hour of the movie, but in the Utah landscape. Mm-hmm. So
yes, Theo says, I want to make a horror Western, like a cowboy 1880s type. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then people need to make more thriller westerns. I love the concept. Thank you, Theo. Awesome. We're excited about the concept too. We really are. So thank you. No Country for Old Men was so cool. Yes, it was. Yes. And that's one of the movies that's in the blender for this one. Lyra says, "Bye, BJ. See you tomorrow. Hopefully, I win more Blookits and Fast Passes." Lyra's one of my students. I hope you do too. Hello there, TV Ghost. How are you? Good evening. How are the two of you doing? We're doing well. We're excited. We're almost wrapping up this live where we're talking about our launch for our Indiegogo campaign tomorrow. It's going good. I'm excited. Like, I don't know, Ryan was talking about it. Like sometimes, like he wakes up in the night with his dread, like, oh my gosh, can we really do this? But then as the day goes on, he starts like getting more confident, like hell yeah, we're gonna do this. Yeah, we're gonna make this film. Yeah, it's gonna be badass. and I'll tell you, I feel the same way. Like when we first were like doing this, I was like, oh my gosh, are we gonna be okay? Can we do this, guys? But like the more we talk about it, and the more we think, and the more we are doing these lives, just like a diesel engine, just getting warmed up and just getting going. And I'm feeling more and more and more excited. Let's see. Where are you filming this? We don't have any set locations yet, but Utah, and we have a lot of ideas and kind of funding helps to determine how many of those ideas we can execute.
Yeah. So, like, I would love to shoot where Butch Cassidy and Sundance came.
Yes,
I would love. So, one of the things I travel to Los Angeles very often, and one of my favorite films is the movie called Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. And I've been in the street where they do the big gunfight, and it's just something about being able to touch it and being tangible with what you saw on screen. Another big film for me is Big Lebowski, and I've gone to a lot of locations for that. I kind of seek out movie locations. I would love to be in a spot where it's like, this is where Paul Newman and Rob Redford, like, this is where they touched that rock.
The rock.
And now BJ's there. And now it's our film there too.
Yeah.
There's a book that was published maybe 10 years ago. It was when Hollywood came to Utah, and there's a lot of discussion in that book about movies that from the early 1920s that came, how they came to Utah and filmed. And so that's also kind of inspiration as well as like the locations. With the right budget, we can travel these locations safely with shelter, water, food, get there and shoot where we've already seen these things present on film. And one of the other aspects of it is that once you record it, it's immortalized. And there's landscapes that are filmed in Utah from the early 1920s that have changed since they filmed those movies.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's housing developments or things like that. And so like it's very important for us to shoot these landscapes because we don't know.
Yep.
But we can put ourselves there and again immortalize ourselves in those moments. So
that's awesome.
So that's where we'd love. That's part of the ask for the budget.
And see, Theo says Capitol Reef would be a cool place to shoot. That would be really cool. As soon as I get paid for the last costume I built, I will definitely help out. I want to see this project. Thank you, Theo.
Yes.
And again, we've said this earlier on the live. If you can donate monetarily, that is amazing. And we really, really, really appreciate it. But if you can't, we understand. Please share our campaign with someone or share it on your own pages to get it out there to maybe find someone who could donate. Like sharing and liking are some of the easiest things you can do that cost nothing. And so once we launch tomorrow, please share the campaign, get it out there, word of mouth, put it on your Facebook, make a movie about it on your Instagram or your TikTok. We would really, really appreciate that. Anything like that would definitely help us. So Theo, you rock. Thank you. Thank you for even considering donating. We love that. I want to help as much as I can. I love y'all's work. Thank you, Theo. And maybe, like, Theo, honestly, like, we should talk once we're filming, especially because I know some of our locations are going to be pretty close here to Ogden. We could have you come out on set and check it out.
Yeah.
So, because one filmmaker to another, let's do this. Long live the Empire. Yes, long live the Empire. This is going to be such an awesome movie. I know without even seeing it yet. Thank you, Jedi 10 Creative. Which one of you does Palpatine? And you should do a video of how you get your stuff on. Love your work. I'm the guy that does Palpatine. I'm the guy that does Palpatine, and I do have. There's several videos of me getting into the makeup. You can easily find that. But yeah, it's always fun. Oh, Theo says, "Ooh, I'd love that." Excellent, Theo. We will keep you in mind. Thank you so much. Is the movie based on Left 4 Dead 2? Nope. The movie is called Left 4 Dead, F-O-R, Left 4 Dead. It is not related to the video game at all, especially not the sequel to the video game. but sorry about that, but it's going to be just as cool, if not cooler. Mm-hmm. So think about donating. All right, but we have hit our hour mark, so I think we're probably going to wrap up. Character names. The character names are very. You're gonna have to. The character names aren't really important for this video, and so you have to. Which object has a brim? Oh, that one. Oh, well, go ahead. Oh, I guess we're not behind anyway.
Yeah, friends on TikTok. I guess we'll have to figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, on my TikTok.
Let's do it again. Which touchdown? That one. Confirm.
What the hell?
We're unable to verify which of these objects is one on the head. That one and that one. Confirm.
Okay. Characters.
Oh my gosh.
Characters. Character names, I think.
So we as of right now, no one has like a name. Yeah. They just have descriptions. So I'm like, what was that? The Wanderer or the
Drifter? The
Drifter is my character's name, and then we run into a group of that are called the Renegades, and there's another group that are called the River People. And so
so in my previous feature film, it was a married couple, and I could have given them specific names, Lisa, Tom, something like that. But I just felt like it's like their names necessarily are not important enough. So it's more that they are the husband and wife. And now, ironically, now we're in this other feature film, and it's like there's not a moment where the guy says, "Hey, Bob," or something like that. So for the reader and even the writer, it's like, well, then he's just the Drifter. Mm-hmm. It's ambiguous in that sense. And I'm trying to think of it, if you think about even Tenet, they never mention the main character. What's his name? David Washington. Character. They don't actually mention his name. He's simply the protagonist.
Yep.
And so the character name, he's the Drifter. He crosses lands, he finds people, and he survives.
You know what? That makes it even more realistic. I love that style. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So is this a movie? Yes.
Feature film.
It's a feature film. Let's do a wrap up. Okay. Remind everyone what this is and what we're doing.
Yeah. So tomorrow, here's the script for the feature film, Left 4 Dead, written by me. It's going to be directed by me and starring BJ as well. We are launching our Indiegogo campaign. We are going to go make this movie, but we want to make the best movie that we possibly can. And we really believe in this project and how far it's going to go. So we have some amazing perks listed on our Indiegogo campaign, and ways that you can help out, ways that you can be involved in making this movie be the best that it possibly can be. And so we want to see you guys there. Now, for joining live, what you can do right now is you can scroll over to Indiegogo.com, type in Left 4 Dead feature film, and you will find our pre-launch page. Pop in your email address, and you're going to have access to 4 secret perks. As far as early bird special prices, things like that, that you can get that are not available to anybody who did not join the live right now. So, and then tomorrow we go live with our campaign.
Yep. We're really excited to make this movie. We're making this movie either way.
Yeah.
But the more funds that we can get from all of you, the better we can make this movie. And we want to make it the absolute best. We want to make it the absolute best that it can be. So with all of your help, we can take it from being a really great movie to being an effing amazing movie. It's fucking amazing. Sorry. I know some students around here. I told you I swear at home. So
I'm not your teacher, so I'll swear.
So we're gonna make a freaking amazing movie, and we want you all to be part of it. So please, right now, go to our pre-launch page, Indiegogo.com, search Left 4 Dead feature film, and put your little email in there, and you'll be getting some extra perks. But we appreciate you all joining the live, just chit-chatting with us. If you have any questions, feel free to DM either of us. I know once the Indiegogo launches, there's like a question page. You can go and ask questions, and we can answer them there. So anything you want, but let's make a movie together, right?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So I'm BJ Wimpy. I'm an actor.
I'm Ryan McDonald, and I'm a guy who likes movies. No, I'm a filmmaker, and
And
we're an
we're
award-winning filmmaker, and we're gonna move on. Hey, happy Mother's Day for everybody.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone out there. It's a mother.
Yeah, appreciate everybody joining here. I have 4 daughters, and so Sophia, Alyssa, Harper, Quinn. Hello, thank you for being involved. And another one of Dad's crazy ideas, and to my producing partner, my wife Brandy. This moment doesn't even happen without you, so I appreciate it.
And to my partner Danielle, whom is in the other room and watching, this wouldn't happen without you either. So we appreciate you, love you, and we're so gross. We're the grossest. We're nerds. But we'll see y'all soon. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's make a movie together, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, then we're gonna sign off one by one. Sign off here, and